magic mushrooms, LSD.
We're here at the blueberry patch at an undisclosed location where every month on the 11th artists meet to perform and exchange notes. With me here is Dallas, creator and host extraordinary of the blueberry patch. Now, Dallas, tell me, how did you ever get the idea to build a place like this?
Well, this is kind of an offshoot of several different patches. There's been blueberry patches up here all over this area. This one we call in particular Blueberry Gulf because it's down here by the Gulf. We look at the blueberry patch as a place where you're sure to meet someone you'd like to know, a place to read, a place to sew. And that goes in several other ways too. Of course, we gather up these materials and share them with artists to create with. And I think that the industry should be given a chance to be heroes by turning their cast-offs to artists and artisans to work with.
Industries as heroes.
I think it's time that we give them a chance to be heroes. It truly is. Now, the government, of course, can back us up by giving them a tax break, but the most important thing right now is to give everyone a chance to be the artist that's in them.
Later on tonight, we're going to be filming Casey Jones, who is an actor who recites frontier poetry. But
fantastic dude.
We'll see a little bit of him later on.
Y'all come back.
I'm Casey Jones, and I'd like to do a story for you about blasphemous Bill Mackay. It's a story written by Robert Service, a famous author known to most people, but if not, he was a bank teller in the Yukon in 1898, and he wrote these stories about people that struggled for a goal. Now, I took a contract to bury the body of blasphemous Bill Mackay, whenever, wherever, whatsoever the manner of death he die. Whether he die in the light of day or under the peak-faced moon, in cabin or dance or camp or dive, in muckle or paddle shoon, on velvet tundra or virgin peak, by glacier drift or draw, in muskeg hollow or canyon gloom, by avalanche, flang or claw, by battle, murder, or sudden wealth, by pestilence, hoocher led. I swore on the book I'd follow and look till I found my tombless dead. Now years passed away, then came one day a squaw with a story strange of a long deserted line of traps way back at the Bighorn Range, of a little hut by the Great Divide and a white man stiff and still, a lying there by his lonesome self, and I figured it must be Bill. Ice, white ice like a winding sheet, sheet in each smoke-grimed wall, ice on the stovepipe, ice on the bed, ice gleaming over all, glittering ice on the dead man's chest, sparkling ice in his hair, ice in his fingers, ice in his heart, ice in his glassy stare. Hard as a log and trussed like a frog, with his arms and legs outspread, I gazed at the coffin I brought for him, and I gazed at the gruesome dead. At last I spoke. Bill liked his joke, but still, oh darn his eyes, a man had ought to consider his mate the way he goes and dies. Then I rose and kicked off the huskies that was nosing round about, and I lit a roaring fire in the stove and started to thaw Bill out. Well, I thought and thought for 13 days, but it didn't seem no good. His arms and legs stuck out like pegs, as if they was made of wood. At last I spoke. It ain't no use. He's throws too hard to thaw. He's obstinate, and he won't lie straight, so I guess I got a saw. So I sawed off poor Bill's arms and legs, and I laid him snug and straight. In the little coffin he'd picked himself with the dinky silver plate. And I come nigh near to shedding a tears. I nailed him safely down and stowed him away on my Yukon sleigh and headed back to town. As I sit and smoke my pipe in the light of the midnight sun, sometimes I wonder if they was the awful things I done. And as I sit in the parson talks expounding of the law, I often think of poor old Bill and how hard he was to saw.